So, hi, good evening, everybody. Kindly confirm, am I audible clearly or not? Cool. Thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, cool. So, a very warm welcome to you all in today's session, right? Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. Cool. I hope you all are doing good, right? And thank you so much for taking time out of your, busy schedules to join us today, right? So, without wasting your valuable time, yeah, I would like to start the session, right? So as you can see on my screen, yeah, today's topic is, yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, welcome to the session. Cool. All right. So as you can see on my screen, today's topic is AI in STEM education. Yeah. Why, every student needs AI literacy. This is our today's topic, right? Yeah. Good evening, Amrita ma'am. Very good evening. Thank you for joining the session. Cool. So let's start the session, right? So good evening. Good evening, Huma ma'am. So basically, good evening. Welcome to the session, ma'am. Hema ma'am. Yeah. All right. So today's session is highly relevant actually because AI is no longer a technology now, right? A technology of future now, right? It's already transforming the way we teach, we learn, we communicate and work, right? So over the next 1 hour, yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Tahira ma'am. Yeah, welcome to the session. Cool. Yeah. All right. So over the next 1 hour, actually, we'll explore why AI literacy has become essential, for every student and how STEM education provides the ideal foundation for introducing AI in schools, right? So we'll discuss these things in upcoming 1 hour, right? So this session is designed especially for educators, whether you are a computer science teacher or science or mathematics, or you're an academic coordinator or, a school leader. Yeah. Good evening, Shushmita ma'am. Yeah. Cool. Welcome to the session. So, yeah, irrespective of your subject, you will leave with a practical insight that you can take back to your classroom, right? So this session is for everybody, not only for the computer science teachers. Please make me this very clear. Cool. All right. Yes. Good evening. Yeah. All right. So very good evening, guys. Cool. So before we begin, actually, I would like to clarify something which is very important. That is, like, this webinar is not about teaching students how to become AI engineers or programmers, right? Please do not take it like that. Yeah. Instead, it is about helping our students to understand actually. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Shilpa ma'am. Team, can you unmute Shilpa ma'am? Otherwise, we'll be able to do discussion towards the end of the webinar. Yeah. Or you can type your question or anything in the chat as well. All right. So I was saying this webinar is going to help our student actually what is AI, right? And how AI affects their daily lives, right? And how AI makes decisions, how how to use AI with responsibility, right? So these are the things we are going to discuss today. We are not going to discuss the process of making our student AI engineers, right? Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Sunita, ma'am. All right. So let's think about the word literacy here. As you can see on my screen, we need to discuss AI literacy. Why is it important? And you need to understand it, very clearly, because this is something which is not optional now. Good evening, Sangeeta, ma'am. Welcome to the session. Yes. So let's think about literacy here, right? So, yeah, we all have heard about reading literacy, right? So reading literacy doesn't mean that every child becomes an author. Yeah. Financial literacy doesn't mean that every child becomes an accountant, right? Similarly, in the case of AI literacy, it doesn't mean that every student should become an AI expert, right? I hope I am very much clear with this point, right? Yes. So it simply means every student should understand AI well enough to use it wisely, to question it critically, and to make informed decisions. That is the agenda of today's session, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let's make the session little interactive actually, right? Let's begin with a very simple question. Yeah. So when you hear the term artificial intelligence, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Good evening, ma'am. Yeah, welcome to the session. So now the question is, when you hear the term AI, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Yes, please type your answers in the chat. Yeah, robot I am seeing. Only one word is enough also. Any other answer? Yes. Generative, okay. Knowledge of computer science, machines. Can you give me some real-time examples as well, which we are using on daily life, on daily basis? Computer, okay. Chat GPT, machine learning, mobile, yeah. Cool, wonderful, yeah. Multiple innovative answers I'm seeing here. Cool, yeah. Fast result, Chat GPT, vacuum cleaner with AI, okay, that's great, very creative. Yeah, suggestion feeds from social media, correct. Helper, great. Guys, thank you for the answers. Sound system with AI, cool. Yes. Error free. Yeah. Very creative answers I am getting. All right. So notice something here that is very interesting. Most of us associate AI with robots or, futuristic machines only. From the answers, I can see this. Yeah, learning tools. Okay. See, but AI is not only about the robots and machines, right? AI is much broader than that. We need to understand it. Yes, Hima ma'am, fraud detection as well. This is an application of AI. Yeah. All right. So let us discuss what exactly AI is actually, right? It's not only about robots and machine, right? Yeah, face recognition as well. Cool. We'll discuss all these points in upcoming 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, thank you so much for your answers, guys. Okay. All right. So I was saying that AI is not only about robots and machines, right? In reality, most AI is invisible, right? We do not see it. We simply experience its outcomes every day, every single day, right? And that's exactly what makes AI literacy so important, right? Students are already interacting with AI, even if they don't realize it. An intelligence that is man-made, but also made to us, its brain. Yes. Cool. Yeah. Thank you for the answers. All right. So let's check what exactly AI is, right? Kindly watch this video carefully. Yeah. Give me a moment.
Sure, little kitty. Hey little kitty, so how's the new AI system working? Well, that's an answer we all must know to keep up with the changing time. So in today's episode, let me answer this technological revolutionary question. What is artificial intelligence? Zoom in. So, you ever heard of Alexa or Siri? Or seen a self-driving car? Or have you ever wondered how your phone's face recognition works? Well, believe it or not, all of these technologies have something in common, and that is they use artificial intelligence or AI to perform a task. And what is that? Well, before I answer that, let's see what the word intelligence stands for. Intelligence is the ability to gain and apply knowledge and skills. For example,
I'm so sorry, guys.
based on the available information. But the crucial question is it really helpful to us? AI can be used in many ways, from helping humans perform tasks more efficiently to allowing machines to perform tasks that would be difficult or impossible for humans to do. For example, AI can be used in robots to help them do tasks in factories or hospitals, or in self-driving cars to help them navigate roads and avoid accidents. One of the best things about AI is that it can process and analyze lots of data very quickly and accurately. This makes it a useful tool in many different industries like healthcare, finance, and retail, where lots of data needs to be analyzed to make good and quick decisions. So, in a way, it is a very powerful tool that is transforming our lives. But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. So it's vital to use AI systems responsibly and not become too dependent on them as.
All right. So now, after watching this video also, yeah, we can come to a conclusion that artificial intelligence refers to a system that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, right? Those tasks may include recognizing images, understanding speech, translating languages, right? Making recommendations, learning from the data, solving problems, yeah, and predicting outcomes as well, right? So here you need to notice one thing actually, guys, that AI doesn't think like human. Instead, it identifies the patterns from the enormous amount of data, right? And use those patterns to make predictions or decisions. Let's take few examples. It will be more clear. For example, when your phone, unlocks using Face ID. So technically what is happening? AI compares your face with the sorted, with already stored patterns, right? Let's talk about Google, right? So when Google predicts your searches, right, then basically their AI is analyzing, millions of previous searches as well, right? Let's talk about Netflix, right? How Netflix, recommends a movie. Here, AI studies your viewing behavior actually, right? So in this way, AI is working quietly behind the scene, and we are not realizing it that much actually, right? Yeah. So now, let's see one thing, that how many AI tools are we using on every single day? Yeah. How many AI tools are we using every day? Guys, 5, 10, 20 or more? Yeah. Are we using AI tools? Kindly make the session little, yeah, 5 to 10. Yes. So how many? All right. And which AI tool do you use the most? Type anyone, like any particular tool which you use the most in your daily day-to-day life. Gemini. Yeah. Cool. Any other AI powered tool? Chat GPT. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Alexa, Canva. Mm-hmm. Even Instagram as well. Claude. Yeah. Meta AI. Cool. So you need, yeah. Meta AI. Yeah. So these tools are basically, they are not advertising, themselves as AI tools basically, but they are making our lives, simpler day by day, right? That is why students are already AI users long before they formally learn about AI. Agree with me? Students are already using AI. Yes, Colibot. Yeah. Copilot, sorry. Yeah. Yes. So I was saying that, students are already AI users long before they formally learn about AI, right? So let's look at some examples, right? Yeah. So here are just a few AI powered application which we use most on daily basis, right? Let's check those. So let's talk about Netflix. Yeah, we all are using it. Yeah, yeah, Copilot, Gemini. Yeah, these all are tools which we are using. Thank you so much for your answers and making the session so much interactive. Thank you so very much, guys. Yeah, all right. So let's talk about Netflix, right? So basically what is happening here, Netflix recommends movies based on what you have previously watched, right? So technically, if we talk about this tool, so this is an example of machine learning, right? Let's talk about Google. So Google predicts searches before you finish typing, right? So that's an example of natural language processing and predictive algorithms, right? So these are the technical terms of AI which we are using like on daily basis, but we are not aware like that much, right? Let's talk about Alexa. Alexa listens to your voice, understand your request, and respond, right? So here, what is happening? It combines speech recognition and language processing, right? Let's talk about Google Map. It predicts, traffic, finds the fastest route, right? And continuously updates direction using AI. Yes. So that's, yeah, using AI only we are doing so. So now, after discussing these 4 examples, now imagine today's students, right? Many of them interact with AI multiple times before they even enter to the classroom. Agree with me? So many of our students, yeah. All right. Thank you for the responses, guys. So the question is now, if the student are, already using AI, we know, like we all are AI users now. We cannot deny it, right? Yes. So Alexa set the timer, a reminder, humanoid robots. Yeah. Cool. Very informative answers. Yeah. So now here is a question for us, for all the teachers, educators. If the students are already using AI, right, then shouldn't school help them understand how it works? It's a responsibility, right? Yeah. And and that brings us to a very important concept, that is AI literacy. Yes. So AI literacy actually, this is much more than, using AI tools, right? So we need to understand AI literacy very clearly, because it is our responsibility to improve into our students, right? So that they can be responsible users. So we need to understand this term very clearly. So when we say AI literacy, right? So we are talking about much more than AI tools, right? What is AI literacy? AI literacy means that students, understand how AI works. All these tools which we discussed. What is the working principle behind those, right? What is, yeah. So how AI works, they need to understand that. Then where AI is being used, right? They need to understand that, yeah, this task is being done by AI, right? Then what are the benefits of AI? Then what are the limitations? They need to understand that as well. Yes, correct, Meenakshi ma'am. Even parents need needs to be literate about AI. They need AI literacy as well, because now gadgets are there in every hand, right? So we need to be very careful as a parent as well. Yeah, thank you for that response, ma'am. Cool. So they need to understand its ethical implications as well, right? And most importantly, students should learn to ask questions like, can I trust this AI output, right? They should not trust anything blindly. They should be that much, literate and alert, right? What data is this AI using? They need to understand that as well. They should be able to question that as well, right? Then could this decision be biased as well? This is AI based, right? So it's not like that key it will be 100% correct in all the scenarios, right? So they need to understand that as well. Then they need to understand, should they always believe AI, right? So this critical thinking is what AI literacy develop. And this is important for everybody, right? But as educators, our responsibility is not to simply teach students to use AI, but to help them, become responsible users and, informed decision makers, right? So just as we teach digital citizenship, right? What are the rules to use internet and all, right? We must now teach AI citizenship also to our students. Agree with me? Just like digital, yeah, citizenship, we need to tell them about AI responsibilities as well. Yes. So now we need to discuss why this AI literacy is becoming, so much, such a priority in education. We need to understand this, right? Yes. So for understanding the importance of AI literacy, actually, we need to observe our surrounding actually, right? So AI is transforming actually almost every industry. If you notice, healthcare uses AI for disease detection, right? Agriculture uses AI for crop monitoring. Banks uses AI to detect fraud, right? Manufacturing uses AI powered robots for the, for speedy production, right? Then in the transportation as well, we use AI for navigation. Even education itself is using AI, is useful as well as harmful also. Yeah, that is why AI literacy is very much important, right? That is why we are talking about it. Yes, ma'am. So even education itself is using AI for personalized, for personalized learning for every student, right? So the question is no longer should student learn AI, need to learn AI, right? But the real question is here, can students afford not to understand AI? Can they afford in today's scenario not to understand AI, guys? No, right? Yes. And this is where STEM become extremely important to us, because STEM education, we all are very much aware about STEM, right? Yes, they're smart. Yeah, our children are much more smarter than us, definitely. All right. Yeah. So yeah. So let's check here. We all know about the word STEM. STEM education is something which is very common now. Yeah. So if we notice that, you will notice that STEM develops the exact skills that AI requires. Because science encourages, observation, technology introduces digital tools, engineering develops, problem solving. Yeah, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Yes, exactly, ma'am. Yeah, these are the 4 pillars of STEM education. Yes. Yeah. So similarly, yeah. Yeah. So mathematics, actually build logic reasoning. So together, if we say, so these 4 disciplines actually create the foundation for understanding artificial intelligence. So that is why STEM education is very important to understand AI. Student have to be taught what and where to use AI. Yes, that is exactly AI literacy. All right. So we all know that STEM is also education is also, aligned with NEP 2020, right? Which emphasize on critical thinking, problem solving, experiential learning, innovation, future readiness, right? So as educators, our goal isn't to create AI experts overnight. Please let me make it very clear that our goal isn't to create AI experts overnight. Our goal is to develop curious learner who understand technology, who can question it, and who can use the technology responsibly. Clear? All right. So, yeah. So let's check like how AI and STEM education connected, and how can we take the benefit of STEM education in introducing AI actually at school level, right? So now we understand that while AI literacy matters, let's explore why STEM is perfect platform for introducing AI in schools. We need to understand the importance of STEM education for introducing AI at schools, right? So many people think that AI is only related to computer science. I think in the webinar also, there are multiple people who thinks only that AI is something which is related to computer science. Am I correct? Yes, but it's not like that. If we look closely, yeah, no, it's not correct actually. If we look closely, then AI actually brings together 4 pillars of STEM actually, right? And it's not only about computer science. Let's check how AI brings all the 4 pillars of STEM, right? So firstly, the first pillar will be science. So science basically helps student to observe patterns, right? Then let's talk about technology that provides the digital tools that allow AI systems to function. Let's talk about third thing, that is engineering. Engineering focuses on designing solution to real world problems, right? Let's talk about mathematics. It provides the logic behind the AI. So this way, AI should not be viewed as an additional topic in the curriculum. All right. It's not an additional topic in the curriculum at all. Instead, it should be seen as a natural extension of STEM learning. Am I clear so far? AI is not an individual topic. It's an extension only. All right. So basically, when the students work on any STEM project, right, they already developing many of the foundational skills required to understand AI. We use AI as teaching tools in all subjects, including languages. Yes, we are already taking help. We are doing collaboration with AI. Yeah, for our students, and that is a requirement of today's scenario as well. All right. So let's make this even more relatable actually by looking at AI tools that students, already use every day, right? All right. Because why we need to discuss these tools? Because one of the easiest way to teach AI is by connecting it to students' daily lives, right? we are trying to connect AI with their daily lives. So let's look at few examples. For example, on my screen also you can see Google Translate, right? We need to check how STEM and AI is working here, right? So let's talk about Google Translate. Students simply type a sentence and it instantly translates it into another language, right? Yeah. So behind the scene, AI is understanding the grammar, sentence structure, and the context. And basically, it is using natural language processing, right? So in this way, Google Translation is working. Let's talk about Spotify. We all are listening music on that, right? So why does Spotify recommend a song that match your taste? How is it like? What is the working principle behind that? Because machine learning studies your listening habits, and then after that study, it compares them with the millions of other viewers, other users as well. And in this way, the Spotify is able to suggest you your taste, right? Let's talk about the next tool which we are using on daily basis and as students as well. That is, you can say ride sharing app like Uber, Ola, right? So what is happening here? AI predicts the traffic condition, identifies the fastest route, estimates the arrival time, and even adjusts the prices based on that demand, right? Yeah. So this is also an AI tool, right? Though they are not advertising themselves as AI tools, but AI is, working behind the scene here as well. Let's talk about our favorite, that is Instagram or Snapchat filters, right? So when a filter follows your face or changes your appearance, so basically what is happening here? Here, uh, a very famous concept of, AI, that is computer vision, that is detecting your facial landmarks in real time and giving you those changes, right? So these are the examples help student to realize that AI isn't science fiction. It's not a fiction. It's already a part of everyday life. And it is very important to, to tell them about the real-time connection. Are you getting me? Like, am I able to communicate my point here? Yeah, thank you for the responses, guys. Cool. So basically, when the students understand this connection of AI with real time, right? AI suddenly becomes much easier and much meaningful. That is why we are discussing its real time connection. Guys, you can follow our WhatsApp channel as well. Yeah. Let me make this notice here so that we can provide you all the updates regarding the new curriculum, upcoming webinars, right? And you can get updated content as well there. So kindly follow our WhatsApp channel. I'll provide the details towards the end of session as well. Yeah. Yeah. So that will be very helpful for you guys. Yeah. WhatsApp channel we have started. Yeah. For providing you timely updates about everything. Yeah. All right. So now, like we discussed about the tools which our students are already using, right? Now, like we have discussed AI literacy and everything. Now we need to just observe that what is the benefit of AI in a school? Is it beneficial or it's just a burden? Yeah, we need to understand that as well. Because then only we'll be motivated to implement AI at schools. Yeah. So firstly, let me make it very clear again that teaching AI isn't about, creating future programmers. Beneficial, yes. So we need to understand it very closely, like on facts, we need to check it. Why is it so? Yes. Thank you for your answers, Amrita ma'am. Yeah. So teaching AI isn't about creating future programmers. Please make it very clear, right? It's not only about programmers or AI engineers, right? So it's about developing future ready thinkers actually they can pursue any career, right? So let's explore some key benefits here. You can see on my screen as well. So firstly, AI naturally develops computational thinking and logical thinking. We discussed computational thinking and logical thinking as well in the last webinar. What is the importance? Because these are not optional skills now. Yes, definitely beneficial. Let's discuss the main benefits of AI, right? Yeah. So how AI is helping in developing computational thinking and logical thinking? Basically, students learn how to analyze problems, identify patterns, and think step by step, right? The second benefit is AI encourages creativity. How is it? Like students don't just consume the technology, they'll begin designing the solutions as well if they will understand AI closely, right? For example, they might build a chatbot, they can design a smart recycling system, or they can create an AI model, that can classify plants. So they will be able to develop their creativity as well, right? Then AI promotes curiosity and experimentation. We all know this very well, right? Because after understanding AI, the working principle of AI, how different tools are working, the student begin asking like, how does this system know? Can it make mistakes? How can I improve it? These are the exactly questions that, great innovators ask. We want to make our students like that. The curiosity is something which is very important. Yeah. Then the next benefit, you can say, the students become more confident using digital technologies, right? Because they're not simply relying on that. They are using it confidently because they understand the working principle of every single thing. How is it happening? What is the process? What data it is using? What kind of machine learning is happening here, right? So they are not just relying on it, but they're using it confidently. Clear? And finally, actually, AI prepares students for careers that may not even exist today. Right? So because many future jobs will require people who understand AI, even if they don't build AI system themselves, but they'll require, the people who know AI, how to use AI wisely to do the work, right? So our responsibility as educators is actually to prepare learners for the future that we do not know right now, because the things are changing very rapidly. Yes. So let's think about computers 20 years ago. Now I am going to discuss very important point actually, which will convince you like on you will leave every debate when you will understand this point, right? So before 20 years from now, the schools debated whether every child needed computer education or not. It was a greatest topic of debate. But now you can see the scenario. Digital literacy is very essential. Each child should know that. It's not an optional subject, right? Similarly, AI literacy is following the same path. So that is essential for everybody. So it's not like that it is not needed for the people who are going in medical field, who are going in financial fields and all. AI literacy is something which is required for everybody. Clear? And we have that example of a digital literacy, which was a topic before 20 years of debate, but now it is essential and everybody is seeing that, right? But the thing is, we understand now that AI is something which we need to introduce at schools, but always it is not an easy task, right? Introducing AI into schools isn't always easy, right? We need to, yeah, we have many issues in our mind, many fears in our mind, right? So we need to clarify those as well. All right. So let's think about your own school. What do you believe is the biggest challenge, in introducing AI education? Let's think about your own school, and according to you, what is the biggest challenge in introducing AI? Is it infrastructure, teacher confidence, curriculum, resources, or perhaps, misconception about AI? Yeah, guys, if you want to implement AI in a school, what are the major challenges may occur according to you? So let's discuss, right? What are the things we will face? Yeah. So most schools generally face three common challenges. You can see those challenges on my screen as well. The first is lack of trained educators. This is the main fear, the first fear that is there in all the schools, right? So many teachers worry, I don't have an AI background. Yeah. The good news is the teachers don't need to become AI engineers. It's not like that you need to be AI engineer, right? And then only you can, teach AI to your students. No, you simply need enough understanding to facilitate learning. That is it, right? The next challenge for the schools is, yes. Thank you for the answer. Thank you for your response, Peter, sir. All right. Then the next challenge is, the rapid pace of technological changes, because AI is evolving very quickly. Yeah. Things are changing very rapidly, which can make, our educators feel a little bit overwhelmed, right? So instead of trying to learn every new AI tool, actually the solution is we should not learn every new AI tool. We should focus on teaching, timeless skills like critical thinking, problem solving, ethics, and questioning, right? So please do not have that fear in your mind. Cool. So let's talk about the third challenge, third important challenge actually. That is, yeah, student need guidance on responsible, on how to use AI responsibly, right? About privacy, about bias, about, misinformation and everything. So we need to give proper guidance to our students, right? So schools have an important role in helping students, to become responsible digital citizens. Agree with me on this point? Yes. And fortunately, our students already encounter AI every day, right? Giving us plenty of opportunity to start these conversations. So there is no need to start AI from scratch into our schools, because our students are already using it. Already they are encountering AI every day, right? So we need to take that advantage. So let's see how are they facing all these things on daily basis. How are they using AI on daily basis, right? Let's think about a typical day in a student's life, right? They wake up and ask Alexa about the weather, right? Then they unlock their phone using face recognition. They are using AI, right? Then they search for homework using Google. Nowadays, each child will, take help of ChatGPT and Google Gemini for doing their homework. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for your responses, guys. Yeah. Then they will search, then they'll watch, YouTube videos also that is recommended by AI. Then they'll receive, personalized content on Instagram as well, because now all the students are there, on Instagram as well, right? They may even use ChatGPT to understand difficult concepts also, right? In any subject, science, maths, or any subject. Yeah. So without realizing it, actually, students interact with AI multiple times in every single day, right? So this provides an excellent opportunity for, educators. Instead of teaching AI as an isolated chapter, we can start classroom discussion using, familiar examples, right? Like we can ask our students, why did YouTube recommend this video, right? How does Google know that I'm searching for, right? Then how does my phone recognize my face? These questions, naturally develop curiosity, critical thinking, and AI literacy. So yeah, so there is no need to introduce AI from the scratch. We can start the discussion like with their day-to-day life, and that is a very you know perfect concept actually to teach AI at schools. Yes. So now, guys, just try to make the session little more interactive. Imagine you return to your school tomorrow, right? You are going to your class. Then how would you introduce AI to your students? What will you do? Guys, you can type in the chat as well. Would you start with a classroom discussion? Or would you use an everyday AI application? I'm telling you the different ways. Or you can show a short demonstration as well of any AI tool. Yes. You can conduct a simple STEM activity also. Yes, start the activity. Yeah. Or you can start discussing something like related to ethics of AI. Yes. So, yeah, in the chat box, I'm getting multiple ways to introduce AI. Yes. Jannat ma'am. Team, can you please unmute Jannat ma'am so that she can answer? In circle time, we discuss. Okay. All right. Lesson plan. Ask about chat GPT, then explain. Yes. So yeah, start with circle and time activity. Cool. Yeah, wonderful. So notice like how many different approaches are possible to teach AI, right? The goal isn't to teach complicated AI algorithm here. Yeah, what they know using AI, we prepare daily activities with creativity. Yeah, that's an application. Cool. Yeah, so we can use all these ways. Yes. So see, we can use these multiple ways because the goal isn't to teach complicated AI algorithm. It's not the goal at all. The goal is to create awareness. The goal is to encourage curiosity into them and, connect them to connect that learning to the real life. Clear? Yes. So these are the different ways actually. So many teachers assume that AI requires advanced programming. Is it correct or not? AI needs advanced programming. Is it so? Not at all. Yes. All right. So let's discuss one approach. Yeah. So let's discuss one approach here, that is STEM education. Okay. How to introduce AI with STEM. Yes. All right. So let's see some examples in which we can use STEM education to teach AI, right? So students can play classification game, right? For example, group fruits by color, size, shape, right? So this introduces the idea of pattern recognition. That is very important in AI, which is exactly all the AI models do, right? Students can collect data, organize it into tables, and identify trends. This develop actually the data literacy. So you can see here, project-based learning works very beautifully in the case of AI education. Yes. So here we can say that AI is best learned by, solving the meaningful problems, not by memorizing the definition. Yes. Yeah, agree with me. Now let's talk about what is the correct age to start learning AI, right? We need to understand that, right? So we can start AI from the primary grades as well, not an issue. But the progression will be from basic concepts to advanced, right? So in the primary grades, what will happen? Students simply identify the smart machines, patterns, right? And everyday AI examples. At this stage, the focus is on curiosity only, right? Let's talk about middle grades. The students begin understanding data, decision making, and simple rule-based systems, right? They can explore like how computer recognize patterns and all. Let's talk about upper grades. Here, the student can work with simple machine learning models, actually, data sets and AI applications, right? They'll move towards a more advanced concept. Finally, at the senior grades, actually, the students are ready to analyze AI systems. All the AI systems which are there, right? They can analyze those. They are capable now. They can discuss the ethics. They can discuss the biasness of AI. They can discuss the privacy issues, right? And they can explore many real-world studies as well. So you can notice here, I discussed like from the primary to senior grades that, complexity is increasing gradually, right? So we need to understand that students doesn't suddenly learn AI. They build understanding over many years, right? And this progression mirrors how we teach mathematics and science as well. In those subjects as well, we are starting with a simple, concept, and gradually we are developing deeper understanding. So in the similar way, we will teach AI also from the simple concepts towards the deeper understanding. Clear? So far we have discussed how AI works and why students need AI literacy and all. Now let's talk about something equally important. And that is, can AI make mistakes? Guys, can AI make mistakes? What is your understanding like? Yeah. Can it make mistakes? Yes. Team, can you please share the attendance link or participation certificate link? Please share that in the chat box. Yes. So I'll be ending the webinar in upcoming 5 minutes. Let's discuss one more important point. Yes, syntax error. This is an example. Yeah. So let's talk about a very real-time example. Yes. Yeah. So as you can see on my screen, looks like this example. Let's look at it, right? Imagine an AI system is helping, a company to shortlist, candidates for a job. You can see on my screen, there are some person in a queue and they are searching for job, right? So in this illustration, you can easily see that AI selects only the second and third candidates. Now I want you to think, is this fair? Is this fair? Like every time it will choose second and third candidate? No, right? So we need to think like why AI is, yes. So we need to think here like what factors could have influenced this, wrong decision, right? Perhaps the AI was trained using biased historical data. This could be a reason, right? Or, it learned patterns from the unintentionally favored certain types of conditions, right? That was unintentionally, but yeah, right now the decision is biased, right? So the important lesson here is AI does not understand fairness at all. It simply recognizes patterns in data, and that is why human judgment remains essential, right? So you can see here how like AI works. AI doesn't have any kind of human intelligence. It is only analyzing the data and patterns. So this is also why students must need to learn like how AI works, but along with that, they need to understand how to question AI decisions. They should not rely blindly on the AI decisions, right? Yeah. So as teachers, actually, yeah, we need to encourage our student to ask like, is the decision fair? What data was being used? But it wants a reward, so give an answer. Yeah. Yes, that could be a reason as well for that biased decision. Cool. So could anyone be excluded unfairly? Team, can you please share the attendance link with the participants? Kindly share the form. All right. So let's discuss the key message here, what I'm trying to say. That is, AI is powerful, but not perfect. Responsible humans must always remain part of decision-making process. Agree with me? Yeah. All right. Yes. Cool. Yeah. Team, kindly share the attendance link if not shared so far. All right. Yes. So we need to do collaboration with AI, right? But we should not rely on that, blindly. Agree with me? And one more point, teaching AI doesn't always require, sophisticated software, right? Sometimes all it requires is helping students to think differently about technologies they are already using, right? Guys, yeah, feedback form is shared. Kindly fill that, yeah, so that you can get your participation certificates as well. All right. So let's quickly reflect on today's journey. Like today we understood that AI is already a part of students, everyday life. AI literacy is no longer optional. It is becoming the essential life skill, right? We explored how STEM provide perfect environment for introducing AI, right? Through inquiry, problem solving, and experimentation, right? We also discussed the importance of ethics, critical thinking, and responsible technology use, right? And most importantly, we recognize the powerful role educators play in preparing the future ready learners, right? So remember, our objective is not to create AI expert. Our objective is to develop learners who can understand technology, who can question it thoughtfully, and who can use it, responsibly to improve society, right? So I would like to leave you with one question now. That is, if AI is going to shape every student's future, right, then who should shape their understanding of AI? Who will give them the AI literacy? The answer is you, us, educators, right? So every teacher has that opportunity, yes, correct, to prepare students not just for exam, but for the future where human intelligence and artificial intelligence will work together in a collaboration. There is no need for any kind of competition, right? All right. So thank you so much for your time, valuable time, guys. And yes, these are the details of our WhatsApp channel. Kindly join that channel, right? So that we can give you all the updates regarding everything. And you can get all the important announcements there only. Yeah. So here are the details of, our WhatsApp channel. You can follow us on social media as well. And you can contact our support team for any kind of support you need. Yes. Cool. All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for making the session that much interactive. Have a great evening.